Hello, Massa. This is Rudy Sarzo from Quiet Riot. April 11th, you're celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Massa. Happy birthday to you. I'm told that you are a badass guitar player. So, in honor of your birthday, I'm going to share with you something very few people have seen. My Ozzy, Quiet Riot, and Whitesnake Gold and Platinum record collection and stories behind them. Okay, right here, this is the hallway that leads to my studio on the left, and this is my wall of inspiration. These are some of my gold and platinum records and awards and so on. The bigger ones are inside in the studio. They're like the like 8-10 platinum, plaques that I got. But anyway, so I just wanted to, let's pick a couple here. Okay, I played on this record with Ozzy. It's called Speak of the Devil, which is the Ozzy Osbourne re-recordings of Black Sabbath Ozzy era hits, songs, his favorite songs. Basically, he just picked them, and I gotta say, it's a great list of tunes. I mean, I've been a Black Sabbath fan before I joined Ozzy, and to be able to play with those songs with him live in New York at the Ritz in 1982, that was actually the last time I played with Ozzy, and there's a story behind it. Okay, so right before I went to New York to record that, I was in Los Angeles, and I got a phone call from Kevin DuBrow. And this is 1982. Randy had passed away in March 19th. And, honestly, I had lost the joy of making music. I really, losing Randy, it just shook everybody in the band, And so I had lost the joy of making music, of playing. So I get a phone call from Kevin, who I play with in the Randy Rhoads era of Quiet Riot. And then when Randy left Quiet Riot to join Ozzy Osbourne in 1979, Kevin put together his band, DuBrow. And a lot of players, went through that band, and I was one of them. I played in DuBrow for months, and I moved in with him. I was living with Kevin, and I was playing in DuBrow right up until the time that I joined Ozzy in 1981. So I was in DuBrow, in and out of the band, because I was doing other projects. Everybody was, except for Kevin. He stuck with his own band. I was in the band for about 8-9 months. And so I get a phone call from Kevin and says, "Hey, Roots, how would you like, we're in the studio." By then, this band was still called DuBrow, 1982. Around September of 1982, and so he invites me to come down to go in the studio to record a song that we used to do in his band DuBrow called Thunderbird, that he wrote as a tribute to Randy Rhoads, where Randy left Quiet Riot to join Ozzy, and then after Randy passed away, he changed the lyrics a bit, and to reflect on his passing. Okay, so I just say, yeah, I'll come down. So I bring my practice bass that I have with me. It was actually a Roland bass synthesizer. And I knew that there was a certain sound to it. Actually, all my gear was on its way to New York to record Speak of the Devil. So my only bass that I had with me was my practice bass. And that was it. And so I go in the studio, and there's Frankie Benelli, who I had started playing with him 10 years prior to this. So this is 1982, and I'm talking about meeting Frankie and starting to play with him in 1972. I met him on my birthday, November 18th, 1972, and we started playing together. So it took, and then we were playing in South Florida, and then disco came in. So we escaped disco. We went to Chicago area, and we started to basically play the whole Midwest area, that whole market, Michigan and Illinois and Indiana and Wisconsin. And so in 77, we got enough money saved that we moved to Los Angeles. And we tried to keep the rhythm section together. but we just run out of money. So in 77, we separated, and I came back to LA in 78, and that's when I joined Quiet Riot. And then Randy left in 79, and here we are, 1982, with Frankie. Finally, 10 years later, I'm in a studio with Frankie to record a song. Okay, now remember, I'm still a member of Ozzy. So we tracked that song really quickly. Oh, by the way, Carlos, I just met at the session. I had never met him before, so he was playing in Dubrow now. Okay, so we record Thunderbird 2 takes. I used to play that song in Dubrow, so what you hear me playing on the record is what I used to play with him live. And then the producer goes, listen, we have a lot of time left in the session. Do you remember any of the other songs I used to play in Quiet Riot or in Dubrow, such as Slick Black Cadillac? And I say, yeah. So we cut that one. That song, Slick Black Cadillac, is the only one that made it from the Randy Rhoads era to the Mental Health record. Kevin wrote that. And so by the time I left the session, I had recorded Thunderbird, Slick Black Cadillac, Love's a Bitch, and Let's Get Crazy, which were Dubrow era songs that I used to play with Kevin. So here I am, still a member of Ozzy, and I go to New York. I finish the session, and then we start rehearsing for the Speak of the Devil record for about 5 days, and then we tracked it in 2 nights, live at the Ritz. And all throughout that process of being in New York and just coming, having to play with Frankie and Kevin, these are guys that I grew up with playing. Whereas when I was playing with Ozzy had been around for 15, 16 years, and so was Tommy Aldridge. So when I lost Randy, I lost one of the musicians, not only such my mentor and such an inspiration and such musical integrity, but also a musician that I was growing up, going through the process of everything was new for us. That journey, that Quiet Riot, the members in Quiet Riot, we were about the same age, and we have been playing just for so long, and we were like getting started. So I really missed that. I really, miss playing with people who were basically in the same level of in our careers, just starting out. And so I call that my Quiet Riot consciousness, my family, So the whole thing about playing with Frankie and Kevin kept lingering in my mind. And by the time that I went back to LA after I finished recording Mental Health, which is this one right here, Mental Health, I made the toughest decision I've ever made, which was to leave Ozzy, because Sharon and Ozzy, they took wonderful care of me. They were wonderful people, and it was one of the biggest bands in the world. But I needed to get the joy of making music again. So this year, we're celebrating 41 years of the release of Mental Health. And also this year, 2024, we're celebrating 40 years of Condition Critical.
Rudy Sarzo on bass guitar. Bang your head.
So I hope when we play in your town that you come to see us. Meanwhile, happy birthday. God bless you, and bang your head.